Emma
from Preschool. Thanks for joining us. Sorry we're a few minutes late, and also if you were one of the 3 people watching the first 5 minutes, I'm sorry that my phone rang again. We are late because Facebook Live has a new thing.
They're filters like Snapchat.
There's So we've just spent the last 15 minutes
making ourselves look like Vikings and with sleeping hats on and red bow ties with
That's
glasses.
the one we're going to show you at the end.
We like that one.
Anyway, I'm sorry we're late. Thank you for joining us today. Hey, Brianna, did you catch those first 5 minutes? Sorry. Hi, you guys. We thought we would share with you. We showed it during, at the beginning of the year when we did the full classroom tour, we showed our spill station, but we thought we would do a just a little video because we've had some questions about it, about what we have at the spill station, and just sort of incorporate it into this philosophy that we have, that we live by, that is that our job is to teach our students to be independent. And what that looks like in preschool at snack time is that they drink from an open cup. I know some parents still have their kids with a sippy cup or a travel mug. And also that we have utensils and pitchers where they can do everything themselves.
Our camera's backwards. And it's throwing me off.
We thought it would be better for you so you could see the
But now I feel like I don't know.
snack chart.
I'll try my best.
Okay, so these little pitchers are mixing cups. It does not matter what kind of pitcher you use. Although the very first year, do you remember the pitchers we had? They were
They're
like
big.
liter pitchers, and
That was a disaster.
the lids didn't screw on.
So make sure you get a picture with a lid.
A lid that screws on or clips on or something.
Yeah, but they can't remove themselves because that's
Yeah, they make a lot of different things. This is the one we like because of the handle. They're like $1 at Walmart in the kitchen section, and they usually have a little lid, but this one broke off.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we thought we would give you 4 tips for how we foster independence with our preschoolers. So this is the first one. Have utensils and cups and everything that they can do themselves. So this is our 3rd week of school, and so we're just starting to get to the point where our kids are pretty independent with this, but we teach them that they have to hold the pitcher with one hand, put their hand on the front of it with the other, and then
I can't see it, that's why I moved it back.
Okay,
see?
sorry. And then they pour it about halfway and stop.
This part takes the practice because sometimes they don't stop and it just keeps coming out.
Or sometimes like they miss, but that's okay with us. We want them to have the opportunity to practice, and if they never get it wrong, then, well, that's
And
kind
if
of a
they
silly
never get to
activity.
try, they're
That's
never
true.
going to get it.
So that's tip number 1, is to have your kids serve themselves with a little pitcher.
Yeah.
We have that for later.
We have our cups and our forks in a low down drawer, so when it's the person's turn to set the table, they are able to access the stuff themselves.
That's tip number 2. Make sure you have a helper to set the table. So we have a very small class, so we can just do it with 1 kid, but if you have a bigger class, you could have 2 kids, and it's good for one-to-one correspondence, for counting, and setting the table is a really good responsibility that you could also encourage the parents to let their kids do at home.
Yeah, if you have a class where everyone brings their own snack, then they can still, your snack helper could still hand out napkins. It's just important to have someone be responsible for that.
Indeed. Tip number 3 is to have a chart or a picture or something somewhere in your room that tells the kids what they're having for snack today. This is more important if you provide the snack or if everybody has the same snack like we do here. And I guess less important if they bring their snack from home. We've decided from the very beginning that our students would all eat the same snack for a couple of reasons. Do you kind of remember our thinking behind that?
It was really so that everyone could try new foods. I think that a lot of children don't get the opportunity to try different food, and so it does give them the opportunity to do that.
In addition to that, sitting family style and serving the food is a really good social activity. It also prevents fighting. She has chips and I have an apple. I want chips too, not an apple.
Yeah. And they have to really use their words. Please pass the goldfish, or please pass whatever you're having. They have to be able to speak to each other to be able to get there.
Indeed.
It's
So
important.
we always just provided the snack so that for all of those reasons so that they could serve themselves. Now, the problem with providing the snack is they never know what they're having. So we would have kids who were like, what's for snack? What's for snack? What's for snack? Very early on, then we set up a snack chart. It didn't always look like this because we change things every year. It's evolved. It used to just be a piece of paper on the wall when I would draw an apple or crackers. But we're going to show you our snack chart and how we encourage our students to read it in the morning, and then they can check it during the day when they start to wonder or worry what's for snack.
And some of them do worry about it.
They do. They stress out about the snack. Is it something I'm going to like? Okay, so here we go. So this is our snack chart, and we read it every morning with the students. These parts are, sorry.
I don't need to.
I'm not a fan of the vertical camera, Facebook. I wish you would switch it back to the square. Anyway, so the kids come over in the morning and we read it together. So they touch the dots to practice concept of word, and they just say, today for snack we will have, and then we put in whatever it is. So these are magnetic pockets, but you could put it on Velcro or magnets
Or just tape.
Or tape.
You don't have to overthink it.
We just have printed off little pictures of all the foods, and we put up what we're having. We also provide the drink, so they read our drink will be. And then for the person who's setting the table, we write, we need napkins and cups. Like today we had canned pears, so we also needed bowls and forks. So it was a huge deal for the person who was setting it. We store everything else down here facing backwards so that they can't see it because it's confusing. And it's just
it blends in so they don't really know it's there, you see? It's like magic.
The other thing that we wanted to show you is that because we foster independence and we want them to, Gemma's going to try to read the comments while you guys, so if you have any questions or comments, leave them and Gemma will try to answer them. So the other thing is because we encourage them to pour their own drinks and to pass their own food, guess what happens every single day? Spills. Every single day. And I'm going to push this forward so we can talk, and then we'll show you the spill station. Woo, here we are again.
It's hard to believe that 3 and 4-year-olds spill.
Every day?
Every day.
Yeah. So, and we've talked about this at other times, but it's really important when somebody spills in our classroom that Gem and I don't jump up and clean it up for them. Right? We're always there to help, of course, but we try to foster independence so that when they spill, sometimes they'll just sit there, especially at the beginning of the year. They're like,
and they
spill,
they watch it,
and they sit there. And so we
and
usually
they look at it, and then they look at us, and then we look at them.
And so we usually say something like, "Oh, you spilled.
What are you going to do to solve your problem?"
Exactly. We always try to give them that opportunity to think of the solution, rather than saying to them, "Go get a paper towel," or "Clean it up."
You spilled and jump up and start cleaning up for them while they sit there.
We usually, oh no, that would
doesn't
never work
happen.
here. And so we usually, if they just sit there and they're looking at the spill, we'll just say, "Oh, I see you spilled.
What are you
What
going
are you gonna do?" And they'll, the first few times, I don't know.
And then another friend was like, "You need a paper towel."
So then they'll kind of look around. Yes. But I like the friend who says you need a paper towel. That's the friend you need. But we always try to give them that opportunity to solve the problem. We try, and it's not 100% of course because we're humans and we make errors all the time, but we try to never tell them what to do when they have a problem. We always try to encourage them to think it through. What are you going to do about that?
It's really hard to not do that.
Especially if it's a huge spill. Because you sit there and watch
Sometimes we
it.
have to help a tiny bit. Once they get going, you kind of help a little bit, but they need to at least initially try and clean it.
Yes. And we initially need to give them that opportunity to think of what they're going to do about it. So back by the snack chart.
Oh, be careful in Mexico City.
Oh, I know
no,
what is
you
going
guys.
on in the world. Yes, be very careful down there. So we have this spill station. And the spill station looks like this. It has a roll of paper towels or a paper towel dispenser. We ordered this one from Office Depot online, but you could look on Amazon. It's just I don't know, it's like one of the ones you find at like a public restroom.
And those are easier than the rolls you put on because once they start pulling those rolls, it's going to be
forever. So this is just like one and done, right? So they just get it and then clean up their spill. We also have some washcloths. So if it's a sticky spill, sometimes we'll have them, we'll teach them you need to go get the washcloth wet and then wipe it up. I'm going to scoot back and Gemma will be here.
It's just, the camera's just totally
Sorry.
throwing me off.
We also have a dustpan and broom.
For dry spills.
For dry spills.
Which happens too.
That happens too. And of course, the trash can is right here that they can just move if they have a big spill, so they can put the wet paper towels in. But we teach them how to use this area to solve their own problems.
Because the first time they do it, we do say, okay, once they figure out we need paper towels,
Let me show you how to do
I'll
it.
show you how to do it. So once you show them a couple times, same with anything. Once you show them a few times, they'll get it.
And we usually say, let me teach you how to solve this problem.
The first few
The
times.
first few times. After that, we're like, and it's, I don't mean to be that we're flippant about like,
Oh.
like
And
go solve it, but we really want to pass along, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
It's okay.
We want to pass along this message to the kids, like, you've got this.
Yeah.
You're capable, you're smart, you can solve this
I
problem.
was going to say the same thing.
Oh, go ahead. You say it.
No, it's okay. I was going to say the same thing though.
When adults are always solving problems for their kids, that teaches the kids to be dependent and reliant on them. It teaches the kids, like, I can't really do this myself. I need somebody else to do it for me. And for something silly like a spill, we don't want our kids to think that.
It's also okay to spill. It's okay. No one's going to get upset. It just happens. I still spill.
Me too.
It's okay. You just have to know what to do to fix it.
Sometimes when we have a really spilly class,
Spilly.
do you ever?
That's
Sometimes
okay.
the classes spill a lot. Just depends on the kids.
And nobody will look nice to people.
Right, so we have two snack tables. Gemma sits at one and I sit at the other, and she and I will have like a little running joke where we have like a tally of how many each week and whoever the winner is.
A few years ago, every day, every child on my table spilled.
That's where we
Every
started the
time.
game. Whoever at the end of the week had the most spills, the other one can buy her a cup of coffee or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh goodness. The other thing in our spill station, I'm going to turn it towards you, is right behind Gemma is our
Dish bucket.
dish bucket. So that's where they put their dirty dishes, and those are still our dirty dishes.
There's the washing up bowl. So our English friend.
And right next to it we have wet wipes, baby wipes, which right now are covered with paint because we painted this morning. And so they can, if they need a wet wipe before they wash their hands, and then of course a recycling bin at the bottom. So, see, I don't know which way to go with the camera. So anyway, that's how we foster independence.
We need a cameraman.
Or we just need Facebook to cooperate with their weird camera thing. So that's how we foster independence with our preschoolers, and we teach them to solve their own problems and to serve themselves.
They're so proud of themselves.
Sure.
When they get it, they are so happy and so proud of themselves. So all the parents who are watching this too, do this at home too. It's really important. Make sure they clean up their dish after dinner. It's the small things you think, oh, it's easier for me to do it. Yes, it probably is.
Not
but
in the long term.
It's not. So get them to do it. Give them things that they're able to, and they will feel so happy, and they'll gain confidence, and it will definitely help with everything else in your classroom.
Exactly. Erica, I think you and I are on the same wavelength. She said, my job as a parent is to make my children independent. Yes, same here.
And the same with teaching,
Same
with being a parent. That your goal is to make sure that when they eventually leave, that they know how to take care of themselves.
And now that Gemma and I have 15-year-olds almost, we know that happens so fast. And so we have to
really does.
start that process in preschool.
I still say to my almost 15-year-old, what are you going to do to solve your
I
problem?
said to my husband the other day, he's
You
like,
needed a
I
ride
can't
somewhere."
find my socks. I'm like, what are you going to do?
You needed a ride somewhere. I said, what are you going to do to solve your problem? He's like, I guess I could text my friend. I'm like,
I like
great
how
idea.
you think. I like how you think. Oh, goodness. You need to send your 3 back. Please send them back. We miss your kids, Kathleen. Hi, you guys. So those are our tips for fostering independence. I left a few links in the video description if you'd like to read more. And then we're going to leave you with this. Hold on. Gemma will entertain you with...
It was so
hold on.
much-
This is so
so
funny.
much fun.
Here it goes.
We were
Look what
trying to-
Facebook has done. Facebook has new Snapchat filters. How fun are we? Every day we should do something a different... Sorry. Anyway, that's all. I'll turn it back so you don't have to look at us like that. Although I think you look better.
I said we need to be in black and white. We look so much younger.
Tomorrow we'll have a black and white filter for you. Okay, that's our tip and trick for you today. Have fun as always playing and learning with your kids.
We'll see you next time.
Bye everybody.